Good morning. How was coffee? I hope good. So I wanted to invite you for the short journey with blockchain and to demystify this term a little bit. Because probably all of us, we heard in the different media, World Economic Forum is mentioning that the blockchain will be one of those top 3 technologies important for the future of digital economy. Gartner and the others, they say similar things. But really also looking at what is happening on the, let's say, alternative investment market, the ICOs, cryptocurrencies, we don't know really how much it is about the hype and what are the real values from this technology. So let's start demystifying the myths and the truths. Blockchain, what is blockchain really? Not the buzzword, but in terms of the technology. It's distributed, decentralized ledger which keeps history of the transactions. And what is really innovative? Ledger, distributed, history of the transaction? None of them. We had ledgers databases for years, even distributed. Right now, in the internet era, most of our platforms, they are distributed. So what is really innovative? The cryptography, which is key, a central part for the blockchain technology. Most of the algorithms we are using in the blockchain, no matter which software we will take from the blockchain portfolio, those algorithms, they were invented in 60s or 70s last century. So really nothing innovative, but somebody 10 years ago, we still don't know if it was one person or a group of the person, took those, many different ideas and concepts from information technology space, put them together and make them happen, as a one solution. The distributed peer-to-peer platform for the alternative payments. It was Bitcoin. So there are some characteristics of the blockchain we should be aware. First one is that it is decentralized, not only distributed, but decentralized, which means that this technology applies for the different organization. It's not useful for one organization. Decentralization means that one solution is used by many different external companies. And all of them, they have equal rights. All of them, they have the same copy of the same ledger. The ledger is immutable. So first of all, we cannot change anything in the ledger. We can only add new transaction. Nothing cannot be modified or updated. We can only add new records. We keep the history of some assets in the ledger, and it means that the ledger will grow continuously. This is, I don't know if it is benefits, it is for sure the constraint we should take into account. And blockchain has capabilities to implement smart contract, so to put the business rules between different companies, external companies, into the code and to execute them automatically. And the same rules which apply for the ledger itself, immutability, transparency, apply for the smart contracts too. From the business perspective, what is also important, in the B2B interaction or B2C interaction or any other interaction with different companies, governments, organizations, is that we can manage privacy in the blockchain. So there are different blockchain softwares. Some of them, they are anonymous, where the participants are unknown, but some of them, they are permissioned, where we can manage privacy and identity of the participants. I think this is enough in terms of the basic characteristic of the technology itself. I want to focus more about why this technology is important and what really happened, why this technology was invented 10 years ago, but not 20, even if all the components from technical perspective already existed. What really changed? So I think that first thing is internet. and the hyperconnectivity we have currently. You know, the number of the Earth population, it's less than 8 billion, it's 7.6 right now, more or less, keep growing. And the internet users is about 60% of the Earth population. And you know, since few years, we talk that economy is globally connected. And this is true. And thanks to this connectivity, we are able to bring the business automation, B2B automation, on the different level. Not only digitalize our internal systems to make them more effective, less costly, not only to bring new experience for our clients or new services to the market using the digital channels, but also to really automate the whole value chain, the whole ecosystem, the end-to-end process, looking at the whole life cycle of the specific asset. And asset can be anything right now, especially in the digital economy. We have more and more virtual, and tangible digital assets, which do not exist in the physical form. So we are connected. We can hear that this, connectivity will bring us a lot of benefits, and it's bringing us. We're changing the way we work, we live, we interact, but also there are many challenges we are still not able to address, no matter how advanced technology is. We will talk, the panel, just after my presentation, we'll talk about the AI, about the automation, but still, 12 billion mobile devices worldwide, which means almost that they are connected, they can be connected. And about 1.5 billion people on Earth without the formal ID. 1.5 billion people are lacking to provide their formal ID, birth certificate, whatever. And even having that amount of the technology, that big penetration, we are not able to identify or to provide then, because ID, providing the identification, is critical for many other services. Financial services, government services, public administration services, healthcare. And this is one of the things which can be changed using blockchain. And I want to share with you two examples, two use cases. We already implemented in IBM more than 500 blockchain networks worldwide. But for a reason, I choose two examples, not from financial services, because probably most of us, we heard that blockchain is mostly about cryptocurrency or financial market, capital market use cases, but it has a lot of use cases across industries. It changes the way how the business model, business ecosystem can be built. It will enable us to invite new players with new roles to the current ecosystems. And one of the examples I pick up for us for today is from the energy market, especially looking at the energy strategy for the European Union, the targets which are put up front of all European Union countries for 2020, 2030, 2050 even. So this sector needs transformation, needs higher level of the digitalization. And the sector itself, energy sector, is during the transformation. We have more and more prosumers. So what else could change? What new can bring blockchain? So it will be short movie. I will probably move that way to allow you to watch it. Yep. It works. No sound.
It is not just power generation that is changing due to the energy transition. So too are consumer habits. Consumers are becoming producers, as many of them generate electricity themselves and feed it into the grid. Transmission system operators must react flexibly to this volatile feed-in of renewable electricity into the power grid and to the increasingly complex energy consumption behavior. In this context, blockchain technology offers a unique potential for the entire energy sector. It supports the secure and fast exchange and storage of data. As a consequence, end users will help to keep the grid stable. With 2 groundbreaking blockchain pilot projects, TenneT is now setting a revolutionary milestone for the energy supply system of the future. Allowing TenneT to integrate flexible capacity of household batteries and charging points of electric cars. Thus, the blockchain network acts as a virtual power plant. In Germany, TenneT, in collaboration with Sonnengruppe, is integrating decentralized battery storage systems into the energy supply system. A network of domestic solar batteries is operating via the control center of Sonnen e-services to constantly adjust the intelligent charge management of the batteries to the respective demand in the TenneT network. In a second pilot project in the Netherlands, TenneT, in collaboration with Van der Bron, uses the capacity of car batteries to help balance the grid by interrupting or reducing the battery's charging capacity and feeding the energy into the power grid instead. The increased use of data and greater flexibility provided by blockchain technology help to reduce stabilizing redispatch measures, such as the expensive cut-down of wind turbines in Germany. That means, in the future, we will no longer have to waste wind power just because we cannot transport it. In the Netherlands, the use of blockchain technology helps to make sure that not only power plants will steadily maintain the balance between production and consumption. Now owners of electric vehicles can also help to keep the grid frequency at 50 Hz. Both pilot projects are the next innovative step in shaping the energy environment of the future and in giving consumers the opportunity to actually contribute to the energy transition. TenneT, taking power further.
What is different in this use case from, producing the energy by ourselves for the grid is that the TenneT invited people, individuals, the electric cars owners or the owners of the solar batteries at home to join the grid, to be the flexible storages for the renewable energy. And during the prototype implementation, what was really amazing for me personally, that we assumed that will be about 50 cars in the prototype to check the interoperability, integration, and so on. And we've got more than 500 volunteers during the first day, which means that people in the 21st century, they feel responsible for making the world, the economy a better place, even not looking for the financial incentive. They can act as a real partner, a real actor in the grid, energy grid, not to waste the renewable energy. Because if there will be too much wind, we wouldn't be able to store it in the grid. So thanks to blockchain, we have this opportunity. Another example, very shortly, because I'm running mostly out of time, is from here, it's from Poland. So I'm also extremely proud that here in Poland we have also serious use cases using blockchain technology, and one of them is e-voting. E-voting implemented by Polish Securities Depository, KDPW, in Warsaw, e-voting for the annual shareholders' general meetings. And European Union selected e-voting as a first use case where governments should experiment with blockchain. Many different external participants, higher level of transparency. And right now, those minority shareholders, those with 10, 5, 50 shares, they can vote remotely. It's on them. So the action is right now on them. Usually they didn't participate in the in the voting during the general shareholders meeting. It was not for them. Right now, they have the platform. They have the possibilities to do this. Which means inclusion. This is one of the use cases. There are much more, many use cases for the financial inclusion, establishing peer-to-peer platforms, thanks to this technology. I just started with those two, showing, first of all, you different use cases from different industries, not only financial market. But as you can see here, there are much more across industries. And what they need from us, real collaboration. It's not about making my business better. It's about making me collaborating in a different way, closer way, with my partners, suppliers, clients, administration organization. So I'm available here for any question during the breaks. So if you have interests about blockchain, about some of those use cases, feel free to, catch me during the breaks, and thank you.